Good evening again. I'd like to call the Committee of the Whole for the Village of Cary for June 6, 2023 to order with roll call, please.
Walrath,
Here.
Weinhammer. Here. Stefani.
Here.
Dudek.
Here.
Collier.
Here.
McAlpine. Here.
Would you join me again in Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Moving to the public comment, where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. Is there anybody here who would like to address the Committee of the Whole? Good, we'll go ahead and close that at 6:23. We have one agenda item, is a discussion regarding our electric municipal aggregation. Who's taking it, Courtney?
This one. Some of you may remember our energy consultant, NYMEC, came in 2021 regarding an aggregation program. The village did have an electric municipal aggregation program from 2012 to 2017, and the program was then suspended. NYMEC came in 2021, possibly restarting that program, and then just due to the craziness of the market, it just was not feasible. So the consultant, Adam Hoover, is here again tonight to kind of go over that program and see if it is something that the board would be interested in pursuing.
Thank you. I'll just make note that this is a little bit different building than the last time I was here.
Skosh.
Yeah.
We've upgraded.
I was noting the pillar that we,
Yeah.
had to stand behind was a nice touch. And you may recognize my father was the one who was here before Dave, so he may be someone that you have seen before. We, just so you guys know, work with you guys with also purchasing your water pumping and street lights in our group bid process, and our street light bid was today, so thank you, Eric and Courtney, for your help. You probably have too much of me in the last week, so this will hopefully be it for a little bit. And we are a buying group. We work with about 100, I think we're at 130 other municipalities in Northern Illinois. Like I said, we do water pumping and street lighting, helping find different providers. But here, we'll go to the next slide, we're to talk about municipal aggregation. So just a reminder, aggregation is the ability to kind of bulk purchase residents and put residents together. It was started in 2012. Illinois deregulated in 2007, and in 2012, they were noticing residents were left behind, so they came up with a very creative and we think a really good idea that allows the bulk purchasing of residents to find a better rate than the ComEd rate. From 2012 to 2017, we helped run your program, and we helped save residents a good amount of money. Back then, it was a very easy deal. You know, the ComEd rate was 6 cents, and we were finding rates at 4 cents. Residents would save $100, $200 a year. It was really great, super easy to run then. From 2017 to about now, it's been a little bit more of a hiccup. It's been a little more difficult, but we have kind of come up with this new program with a few of our suppliers, and one in particular, MC Squared, that is called the ComEd Rate Match Program. So just to be clear, we went to bid the new ComEd rate starting 6 days ago. Just so you know, in May it was 9.7 cents. That's what all of us were paying at home, and it just dropped to 7 cents. And so we were hopeful we could find a rate lower than that and kind of go back to those days, and we checked, and I think we're around, I didn't look at the exact number, but around 7.4, 7.3. So we're very close to being able to find resident savings, but we're not there. I've said this a bunch of times, we're hopeful next year will be the year, but you know, we were not able to find resident savings. So in turn, we believe that there's a couple other opportunities here, and I think we can go to the next slide. You have the option for our supplier will restart the program that will guaranteed match the ComEd rate for the residents. So residents will not pay any more than they would do on ComEd. And in turn, you have two options of that they would either kind of purchase 5% green energy, what they call RECs, which is kind of the receipt for green energy on your behalf, or they could give you a civic contribution of $6,000. Just a couple notes real quick is this $6,000 is not any, there's no strings attached. It doesn't have to go to any green energy projects. It can go to any project that you guys see fit. And also the 5% renewable energy. And if you hit the next slide, Courtney, for me. Can you go to the next one for me, actually? Sorry. This is, what does 5% green energy mean? We calculated it, and it would be an estimate of, you know, removing 447 gas-powered vehicles for a year. You can see them up there. I think the interesting one is half a wind turbine for a year. So it's still a significant amount, in my opinion. This is opinionated here. I don't know of many municipalities doing more than that. for green energy with any other projects that they do. I'm sure you've heard of community solar and solar on houses. I mean, it would be a pretty powerful thing at 5% green energy. And also would make Cary, the village of Cary, a EPA green powered community. So what we're proposing today is you kind of have two options. To restart the program that has no cost to your residents. And like it says there, ComEd continues to bill and ComEd continues to deliver. So virtually there's no change to your residents. And in turn, they would receive your choosing of 5% green energy or a civic payment of $6,000. Or obviously you could continue and suspend the program. We kind of like this timeline we're at right now. If you want to wait another month to see if we have a better savings or if the numbers change at all, we kind of think this is our new schedule we have going forward. ComEd released their rates probably a month ago, and then we can always check every year around this time to see if we can beat it. If not, we can say, hey, we'll give you the 5% green energy. Let's say hypothetically that's what you move forward with. And then we do a one-year deal, and a year from now we can see if we can beat the ComEd rate. And if not, we'll likely be able to renew the program. And just when you renew the program, it is much easier to kind of continue the program rather than the restarting the program. So we think that this would be in my opinion, a very good cycle to get on if you're interested in the program. Any major questions?
Trustee Weinhammer?
Okay, so just for clarification, is this how it was in the past where a resident can choose, make the choice? So this is an option for residents and they can stay with ComEd if they want to?
Correct.
Even though ComEd will still bill and deliver it would still be coming
Correct.
through you
So
as a
the
choice?
residents will have the option of opting in or out of the program. Now, once you're saying, hey, you're opting into the same price, 90% of people are like, we don't care. Okay, fine. So it's not as big of an issue when you find the fixed rate. And then if a resident has either solar panels or is on the ComEd hourly program or has a different supplier that they've already chosen, we send them a letter that informs them of the program, and they say, hey, you can opt in, once again, opting into the same rate as ComEd, but nothing happens to them automatically.
Okay, so it's just basically giving residents choice and then benefits to the village of Cary.
Correct.
Thank you.
And we always check to see if we can get the benefits to the residents first, and we just unfortunately can't right now.
Does the EPA Green City label that you mentioned, that designation, does that come with any potential grant opportunities or anything from the EPA to make that a benefit other than a marketing piece?
Not that I know of, and I've probably not. I'll just say that. They do have a nice highway sign, but that is a marketing piece, as you would say. Yeah, so I think that's,
Thank you.
yep.
Any other questions from the side?
Then upon renewal,
Mhm.
assuming we
Yep.
renewed it, the payment of $6,000 or the 5% energy, does that happen again at renewal, or is it just a one-time?
They would, so it'd be a one-year deal, and obviously they're offering a two-year deal as well, just to be clear. That would get us a little bit off the cycle, and I personally would respect the 1 year just to check. We think we could find something better next year, but I've said that the last 4 years and have been not as, but in a year from now, we would go to all our suppliers again, and we would present the best offer as well. So if there's something better than that, then that's great. And they obviously, if for some reason the supplier MC Squared doesn't want to offer that, they would have the right, they don't have to renew the program. We think that they'll continue to offer this option here of 5% green or some civic payment. We think they like this program.
In the past, it was an increment of 25%, correct?
Correct.
That was the old way the program was done,
Correct.
just
So in
so
the
the board's
past,
aware.
I think when we were here in 2021, and by the way, we missed it by a week. We were probably a week or two late on that. But in the past, it was something like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it would be you could get 50% green energy and still receive a civic contribution. We're hoping to either get back to that. This is not the most advantageous offer we've ever had. I'll just be flat out and say that. But in a year from now, we're hoping that it'll either return to that or, like we said, the residential savings, which is kind of the number one priority. This would just be one way of kind of starting the program, getting it going. And also 5% green energy, like I said, could be a good amount of the civic contribution. And then hopefully kind of rolling and renewing the program.
I'll make a comment. I remember when we did it before. It is a successful program. I think that we are looking at things and trying to be proactive about conservation, whether it be water, whether it be in going green. To me, $6,000, I'd rather take, if I was going to look at both of them, I'd rather go with the 5% energy and see how we could apply that effectively. But as long as it has an option for the residents, so they have an opportunity
Yep.
to choose what they want to do, I don't see why we wouldn't offer that opportunity or take that opportunity.
Agreed. 5%?
That's okay, sure.
Getting a lot of shrugs here.
I'm fine with it. I don't mind either way.
Yeah, I'm fine with either way. I'll go with trying the 5%, see how that goes. It's worked in the past.
Yeah.
We've had tremendous success with this in the past,
Yeah.
so it's nice to see you back. I know we're doing our, the street lights and water treatment plants right now. That was successful for the next year anyway.
Yes,
So,
and we appreciate you guys being on top of that with us.
So we'll put this on the consent agenda. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Thank you very
Awesome.
much for
Thank you. We
coming in.
appreciate your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That concludes our regular meeting. I will entertain a motion to adjourn into executive session to address personnel, appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees. 5 Illinois SCS 120/2C1, and real estate purchase or lease by 5 Illinois CS 120/2C5.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And we will be permanently adjourning from executive session. So thank you. We will adjourn into the executive boardroom. Thank you.